Reborn Healer, a LitRPG adventure, is a fast-paced fantasy novel that blends the immersive mechanics of role-playing games with the emotional depth of character-driven storytelling. It follows the journey of a protagonist who awakens in a new world with the rare and often underestimated class of healer. What begins as a second chance at life quickly becomes a test of courage, strategy, and resilience. The novel opens with the main character's rebirth into a game-like universe where stats, skills, and quests determine survival. Unlike warriors or mages, the healer class is often dismissed as weak, dependent on others, and lacking offensive power. Yet the protagonist soon realizes that healing is not just about restoring health, it is about shaping destiny, protecting allies, and unlocking hidden potential. Early chapters focus on the protagonist's struggle to adopt. With limited combat ability, they must rely on ingenuity, resourcefulness, and careful use of healing spells to survive encounters with monsters and hostile players. The narrative emphasizes the tension between vulnerability and empowerment, showing how a healer can turn the tide of battle through timing, precision, and strategy. As the story progresses, the protagonist forms alliances with other adventurers. These relationships highlight themes of trust, teamwork, and sacrifice. While some companions value the healer's support, others underestimate it or exploit it, creating conflict and drama. The protagonist's journey becomes not only about leveling up, but also about proving the worth of a class often overlooked in traditional fantasy. The novel's world building is rich with dungeons, quests, and guild politics. Each environment presents unique challenges, from treacherous landscapes to cunning enemies. The healer's perspective offers a fresh lens on these adventures, focusing less on brute force and more on survival tactics, resource management, and the moral dilemmas of choosing who to save when not everyone can be rescued. Underlying the action is a deeper emotional arc. The protagonist's rebirth symbolizes redemption, a chance to correct past mistakes and redefine identity. Healing becomes both a literal and metaphorical act, representing the restoration of hope, trust, and self-worth. The narrative explores how power can be found in compassion and how resilience often comes from supporting others rather than dominating them. By the climax, the healer has transformed from an underestimated support into a central force of the story. Through clever use of abilities, strategic alliances, and personal growth, they prove that healing is not weakness, but strength in its purest form. The resolution leaves readers with a sense of triumph and anticipation for future adventures, as the protagonist embraces their role not just as a survivor, but as a leader. Reborn Healer stands out in the LitRPG genre for its focus on a non-traditional hero. It challenges stereotypes about power and importance, offering a narrative where empathy and intelligence are as vital as swords and spells. With its blend of game mechanics, emotional depth, and thrilling battles, the novel appeals to fans of both fantasy and role-playing adventures.